Hi everyone, Sandeep here. This is my first video. So today I will show some SQL query interview question and its answer. So I will start from next screen. I have enlisted few SQL questions which you can get in your SQL interview. So I will start from next screen. Here the first question is how to find out the duplicate data from the table. So I have already created student table in the database and inserted few dummy data. So I have total inserted 16 data in the table. So now I have I already mentioned this SQL query in the screen. So I'm just copying this SQL query in the database. So now first I have to check it. What is the minimum student ID based on the student name? So here, if this table is a master table, so here multiple student name is there. So first I have to find out the minimum student ID against each student name. So here 1, like 5, like 8, like 11, like 14, all those are we have to find out. So apart from other student ID, if I find out, that will be the duplicate data from this table. So now from this query, I first am checking this minimum student ID. This is the query. First I am find out the minimum student ID from this table and group by student name. So how multiple student name will be there, which is the minimum student ID that will be shown in this output. I can mention here as student ID, minimum student ID. Yeah, like this way. So I can get 1, 5, 8, 11, 14. So if I check the table, I can get 1, 5, 8, 11 and 14. Those are minimum student ID. If I check the multiple student name, same name. So now if I want, apart from this minimum student ID, the others data, so I have to find out the select star from the table name while student ID not in. Not in means whoever the minimum student ID apart from the other student ID that have to find out. So not in, if I run this SQL query, so all the duplicate data will show here. So now 1, here 5, 8, 11, nothing is there. So this is the way we can find out the duplicate data from any table. So I have already created the student duplicate table in our database and inserted some dummy data in this table. So here I mentioned 16 data, and this is a SQL query I have already mentioned in the screen. So I'm copying it in the SQL query and mention here. So first I have to find out the minimum student ID from the table, whichever the duplicate student name is there. So only the minimum student ID from the table it will be reflect from this SQL query. So I'm just running the SQL query fast. So we can get 1, 5, 8, 11, 14. So now if I check the master table, here multiple duplicate data is there. Suppose multiple Showman Roy. So 1 is the minimum student ID for all the Showman Roy. If I check the second record Ramesh Ghosh, 5 is the minimum student ID from this multiple Ramesh Ghosh. Like this way we have to find out minimum student ID from this table. So and also I have to mention group by. So multiple student same name is there. So by group by we can find out the minimum student ID. So I can get 1, 5, 8, 14, 11. So now I am trying to show you the duplicate data. So instead of delete command, I will first show the select star. So now select star from the table name where student is not in. So apart from minimum student ID, so all the student ID will show in this SQL query. So that's why I mentioned not in. So now if I run it, so all the student ID will show apart from minimum student ID. So now 2, 3, 4 I'll show. So 1, 5, 8, everything is missing in this SQL from this SQL query in this result set. So now our target is how to delete the duplicate data. So all these are the duplicate data from this table. So now I mentioned delete. So now if I run it, all the data will be deleted from this table. Is deleted. So now if I check the master table, only the minimum student ID will show, not the duplicate data will show. Yeah, this is the way we can delete all the duplicate. The third question is how to get data using union from two tables. So here I have already created two tables, student and student duplicate 2, and inserted few dummy data in both the table. Now I can explaining you. Here I have inserted 16 data, and here in the second table I have few duplicate data like 1, 5, 8, those are, and few new data like 70 student ID 70, 18. So union means the result view will be like if I have duplicate student ID in the second table, that will be not show, only the single student ID will show, and if we have any new student ID, that will be show in the result view. Now I'm showing it. So I have already mentioned here. So now suppose if I go here, so here we all the record we have from first tables, and if I check student duplicate table, there all the record is there, and also same record I have student ID, same record I have in the master table as well. The new record I have Sachin Gupta and Salman Beda, which we don't have in the first student table here in this table. Now if I run union, then all the record will show which we have in the student master table, and what the new record we have in the student duplicate table, that will be shown in the result. Now if I check it, see all the section data is showing here, and the new record Sachin Gupta and Salman Beda is 1718 is showing here. So if I use union, we can avoid the duplicate data if we have both the tables, and if I have any new record in second table, that will show in this result view. So by union we can get this way all the record. Fourth question is how to get data using union all from two tables. So I have already two tables with dummy data, and same way I have already inserted the new records Sachin Gupta and Salman Bera in the duplicate table. So now if I use union all, so all this data will show, and whatever the data we have, maybe is a duplicate data which you have already in the first table, that data also show in our result view. So now I am running this SQL query in the database. So yes, so now here like we have 16 student ID and then start second from 1. So now if I check it, so 1 to 16 student ID we have already, and from next table duplicate next table we have 1 to 18 again. So all the student ID from both the table it will be show if I use union all. Fifth question is the difference between rank, row number and 10th rank function. So I have already created one table employee and inserted few dummy data in the table. And I have mentioned few SQL query for row numbers, 10th rank and rank. So here I will show you if I use row number, what will be the output? If I use 10th rank, what will be the output? And if I use rank, what will be the output from the tables? So here row number means I mentioned ordered by employee name. So employee name ascending order. So it will become like A, B, C, D this way, all the employee name, and row number means 1, 2, like this way, all the 9 record will come. So I'm just copy paste in our database. If I check it here, so based on the employee name ascending order, all the record is showing now, and row number like 1 to 9, everything is showing in this result view. Now dense rank. First I'm running the SQL query, then I will explain it, what is the function. Yeah. Here mentions same way, here mentioned ordered by salary descending order. So whichever the highest salary that will become first, in this way the it will be go the lowest salary. So now dense rank means suppose 50,000 is the first one, so it will be like 1, dense rank 1. Now 25,000 is the second highest, so it will be dense rank is 2. So we have 225,000, the 2 is there. Again, we have the third one is 22,000 two times, then 3 will come. So this way, suppose last one is 20,000, 5 is there. If I have another 20,000, then another dense rank 5 will come. So this is the way we can find out the dense rank from our table. So last one is rank. I just first run it, then I will explain what is this. So order by salary means order by salary ascending orders. So here mentions the minimum is 20,000, then 21, then 22, like this way we are getting 50,000. So here point is first is 20,000 is okay. Rank means first is 1, fine. Then second one is also same, so that rank also 1 will become. Third is 21,000. So but is a third row, so it will become 3. The fourth one is the same salary amount 21,000 but a fourth row, but it's a rank function, it will become third because of the third. In the third row it is coming the second lowest salary. So this is this way, like is a fifth row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth row. The fifth row it is coming 22,000, so it is start from 5. So now 50,000 is the last one, but row number is 9, so it is showing rank number 9. So now suppose we have another 50,000, so it will be the rank number will be 9 for it. So this is the way we can get the rank function in from SQL query, and this type of output we can get from this rank. This is the sixth question here. How to get the data in a table which is not present in another table. So suppose I have two tables, employees and employee duplicate tables, and I have inserted few dummy data in both the tables. So now first I have to check the employee duplicate data, all the employee name, and compare with employee tables if it is present or not. Like this way we can find out if data is not present in the duplicate table. Okay, then I'm just trying to run this SQL query in our database. So I have already two tables, employee duplicate tables and employee tables. All the data I have already have. Now I'm run this SQL query in this tab. First I'm checking all the employee name from employee duplicate tables. So like Vinesh, Sandeep, everything is coming here. So now I have to check this data we have in our employee master employee table or not. So now what I have to do it, select start from the employee table have to do, then where employee name not in. So if whichever data I have, it should not present in the employee table. So that's why it is mentioned, I have to mention not in. Then all the employee name have to put here. So now I run this SQL query so we can get the output from this query. So I have got this result from this SQL query. So that was Salman, Sachin, Arup, Shubham, everything result I'm getting it. So now I'm check this data. This is a duplicate tables. Only 5 record I have, and this is multiple record. Like Salman, Vaishali, Gauri, this type of new record we have, but this record is not here in employee duplicate table. So this is the way we can compare both the table and show the data which is not present in the duplicate tables. Here the seventh question is, write down the SQL query how to get employees name whose salary is more than their manager's salary. So I have already have employee tables and I have some dummy data in the tables, and I have already wrote the SQL query. So I am just running the SQL query and show how to get the data. So here if I check the employee table, first I have to find out the employees and their managers. So now suppose employee ID 1 Vinesh and his manager ID is 0. He is the boss. So suppose Sandeep, his employee ID 2, but his manager ID 1. So 1 means his manager is Vinesh. So this is the way I can get the employees and their manager details. So now what I have to do, it is a self join SQL query. So first I have to check the employee master table as a TE1 and the same employee table inner join with TE2. So I have to join TE1 and TE2 like this one. TE1 manager ID means this manager ID, TE1 first table manager ID, and same table as the next table employee ID. Join. Then only the output will come. TE1 manager ID and TE2 same table with self join employee ID. If I join it, so all the employee name and their manager and salary will show in the record box. Everything will come from this SQL query. Now the point is, whose salary greater than their manager salary. So T1 salary means their employee salary T1, and T2 means their manager salary. So now if I enable this where conditions, then whose salary is more than his manager salary, that employee name only show in this result view. Okay, so suppose Salman, we have employee ID 4, his salary 22,000, his manager name Sandeep Roy, his salary 20,000. So this is the way whoever, so Salman, Boishi, Gauri, whoever salary is his manager's more than his manager's salary, that I can get from this SQL query. Our next question is write down SQL query. So how to get the second hand salary employees from each department. So I have already created the employee tables and inserted few dummy data in this table. Now I have write down the SQL query here. So I am just run this SQL query and show you how to get the data. So now I am write down here, and here we have already the tables and some dummy data. So suppose support team, if I check all the data, so 25,000 is the second hand salary, and if I check management team, this is 25, 22, 20, 21. So 22 is the second hand salary for management team. From support team, 25,000 is the second hand salary. So now if I run this SQL query, I can get this data. So what happened is, first I have to write down the department and max salary from the employee table, and it looks like a self join. So where condition where T dot salary have to mention is less than, then the max salary which we have, that the less amount have to be the second hand salary. So select max salary from the table name. So same table with T2 I mention it. So where condition T2 dot department equal to T1 dot department. This is the first table T or T. So T dot department have to mention it. And after completed this sub query, I have to mention group by department. So group by which is the second hand salary, it will become, if I mention group by. So group by means also T dot department have to mention in select. So this is the way we can find out the second hand salary from each department. Our next question is write down the SQL query how to update a table with gender. So I have already some dummy data in our table, and in the table we have till 7th row all the male employees, and rest of the row it is female employees. So here I will already write down the SQL query with case. So here I am running this SQL query in the database first. So in the table, if I check it, so all the male employee we have, all the female employee we have. So suppose update the table set generate gender, I can mention case when gender equal to male. If the gender equal to male, then it will be updated as a female. Otherwise, if any other gender, like if female is there, then it will be updated as a male. So this is the SQL query. So now I'm run this SQL query. Yeah, it is done. Now I'm checking the SQL query in the table. So everything is swapped now. So now all the male employees have updated with female gender, and the female gender updated with male genders. So if I run it, it will be again swap, and it will be come the previous records like this way. So here one changes I can do it. Instead of this query, I just disable this one, and run it like this way. So same output will come. Same output will come. So again, I can tell you case when gender male, it will be updated as a female. Again, if gender female, then it will be updated as a male. Then I can mention end. So it will be case end within it will I can do like this way. So without SQL subquery, I can write down this query to update our column like this. Our next question is write down a SQL query to get the number of records in the output with different kind of join. Means we can use inner join, we can use left join, right join, full outer join like this way. So we have already created two tables, country and state, and I have inserted few dummy data in the table. So now here I mentioned India, Germany, Canada, and some state name as well, like West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala. So now first I have write down this inner join. So now I'm showing you if I use inner join, what will be the output. So here I have two tables already. Suppose country tables. In the country I mentioned India, Germany, Canada, everything. Three countries. And I have mentioned all the state name from the India. So if I run the SQL query with inner join, what will be the output? So only India will be shown because only in country one is there in the state table as a foreign key. So select the state from state table. Select the state ID, state name, state code, country name, country code, everything, and inner join with country ID, the foreign key, the inner primary key, and a TS table, state table TS. This is the foreign key from state table. So if I join here, the output will come from India only because of we don't have any record from other country. So if I join inner join, we can get like this way all the records.